Welcome to 1:23 a.m. by Jenezio Harriet-Michael's Gift Production Studios.
Hey, yo! Yes, sir. 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 Yes, ma'am. Welcome. Welcome back to another episode. We on episode 2, my friends. Episode 2 of 1:23 a.m. by Jenezio Harriet-Michael's Gift Production Studios. I am your host of this podcast series, and my name is Jenezio Harriet-Michael. So, a little bit about me, all right? I'm a full-time university student studying biological sciences with a biomedical science emphasis, and I'm minoring in psychology, and I'm minoring in chemistry. Now, apart from my academics, okay, my side hustle, I am a YouTuber, I'm a podcaster, I'm an actor, I'm a speaker, I'm a storyteller, and I am an entrepreneur. How in the world do I do that? Man, I don't know. But like I said in the last episode, if there is a will, then my friend, there is a way. If that passion is real, if that fire is real, if that desire is real, if that ambition is real, if that instinct, that drive is authentic, then my friend, without you even realizing it, you're going to be heading in that direction. So I just want to say thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you're listening on Spotify, Apple Podcast, welcome. Watching this on YouTube, welcome. Good morning, good evening, good night, the whole shebang. Welcome. So, before I get with the message, I gotta clear this. Okay, I gotta say this. I gotta get this off my chest, and I just want to say thank you. I know I just said thank you, but the feedback that I received from the first episode, man, the positivity, the love, the kindness, the words of encouragement, like, I don't even know how to explain it. I'm legit lost for words because it just solidifies the fact that I am doing the mission that God gave me to do. I'm doing my job. I'm using my gifts, I'm using my talents, and I'm using it to serve other people, whether that's motivating or giving a preaching or saying something inspirational or giving some advice, whatever the case is. I know I'm doing something right because I said this in the first episode, all right? I said in this podcast, I want to change people's lives. I want to touch people's hearts. All right. I want to make an impact in this world before it's my time to go. All right. Yes, we can talk about love. We can talk about dating. We can even talk about death, for crying out loud. But at the end of the day, all right, at the end of the day, as long as it's giving glory and honor to that big man upstairs, man, and someone's turning their life around, turning their life around and repenting to Jesus, then the job is finished. The job is done. And I know the angels in heaven, they're going to be having a party. So I just want to say thank you guys for all the love, all the support. You know exactly who you are, whether you commented or shared and whatnot. Even if it's just one view, 10,000, I appreciate it. And I know we're going to do something great in this podcast, and I cannot wait for what we got next in the next episodes to come. So, without any time to waste, all right? To not waste any time, let's get on with the message. Let's get on with the message, the preaching, the motivation, whatever. Let's get it. All right? So, to begin, I want to start with the story, right? And I actually found this story on Instagram, right? So it goes like this. There was this video, and in the video, there was a son and a father, and they're playing catch with each other, right? Throwing a ball back and forth, having a good time, right? Few minutes pass by, a couple moments pass by, and an airplane flies across the sky, right? So the father asks the son, and he says, hey, son, can you see the airplane? And then the son was like, Daddy, it's so far. The airplane is so tiny. I cannot see it. I cannot see the airplane. It's so small. So the dad was like, all right, bet. So he took his son. They went in the car. They drove all the way to the airport, right? They drove all the way to the airport. And then the father asked his son the same exact question. He's like, can you see the airplane now? And the son was like, Daddy, Dad, wow, Daddy, wow. The airplane is so big. It's so massive. It's so great. I can see it now because I'm so close. And that's the end of the story. That's the end of the story. I know, right? So now you're probably thinking, all right, what's the main message? Okay, what was the whole entire point of that story? Well, the whole entire point of that video was it was talking about how God is like an airplane. Oh, Jenezio! Hey, Jenezio, you cannot be calling God an airplane. No. Calm down, my friend, all right? I'm not calling God an airplane. Okay, listen to my analogy, okay? God is like an airplane. If we are far away from God, okay? If we distance ourselves away from God, God is going to seem very small and very tiny in our lives, just like the airplane. All right? But if we actively go to God, right? If we go to Him, then we will truly see how big and great He is. Why? Because we are close to Him. And that is a message for today. That is what I want to talk about in today's episode. Keep God close. All right? So, let's look at the word real quick. Usually I'll save this towards the very end, but I want to get these out of the way. So let's knock them out. 4 verses. I think they're very powerful. Okay? First one, Jeremiah chapter 29, verse 13. This is from the New International Version, NIV. Jeremiah chapter 29, verse 13. It says, you will seek me and find me when you seek me with all your heart. Okay. I'm going to read that again, all right? You will seek me and find me when you seek me with all your heart. Okay. All right, not bad. Verse 1 down, here's a second one. Psalms chapter 34, verse 10. NIV, all right? Psalms chapter 34, verse 10. It says this. The lions may grow weak and hungry, but those who seek the Lord lack no good thing. Ooh. Okay. Let me read that again real quick, all right? It says, the lions may grow weak and hungry, but those who seek the Lord lack no good thing. I like that. So it's getting a little more juicier, all right? Here's a third one. Matthew chapter 6, verse 33, NIV. Matthew chapter 6, verse 33, all right? It says this, but seek first His kingdom and His righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well. All right. Let me read that again, right? But seek first His kingdom and His righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well. Third one down. Here's a fourth one. Last one, my personal favorite, all right? This is from John chapter 10, verse 27. Okay? John chapter 10, verse 27, NIV. It says this. My sheep listen to my voice. I know them, and they follow me. Okay. That one's a little deep, all right? I'm gonna read that again. It says, my sheep listen to my voice. I know them, and they follow me. Those are the 4 verses. Keep these in the back of your head. All right. You see, I know I'm only 20 years old, right? And I'm trying to accomplish a lot of stuff in my life right now. My close friends will know, my family members will know, all right? But there's always been something that's just been disturbing me for as long as I can remember. And that simple thing is time. All right? Because time can be your greatest ally, but it can also be your greatest enemy. Okay? Don't quote me on this, all right? Don't quote me on what I'm about to say. I found this and I thought it was amazing, right? But there's a saying of how fish need water to survive, right? No dirt, it's a no-brainer, right? But the fish need the water because it's its source, correct? Babies need their mother's womb, right? That's where it grows for 9 months because that's where the source of everything it needs to develop and grow in, correct? Plants need water and sunlight and soil to grow, right? Because these are all the factors, right, of where it gets its source to grow, right? It gets all the nutrients and the vitamins and the minerals and all that stuff, correct? Us human beings, okay? Us human beings made in the image of God need God. Why? Because he is our source and he was the one who breathed life into us. Okay? I'm going to say it again. Us as human beings made in the image of God, we need God. Why? Because he is our source and he was the one who breathed life into us. Okay, Jenezio. Okay, that was beautiful. But what's that supposed to mean? What I'm trying to say is this. We're like the fish, right? We need God as our source. Because without him, we die. All right? And with him, we rise. Gosh, Jenezio, gosh, man. I know it's a little deep, all right? Without him, we die. And with him, we rise. Keep God close. Remember how I talked about, I said when you're young, or when I said I was young, what am I saying? Remember how I was talking about how I'm trying to accomplish a couple things even though I'm 20 years old, right? Here's a problem when you're young, okay? When you're young, your head is very hard, okay? And you don't listen to things, okay? When someone tells you to do something, you're like, no, I'll figure it out. I got another way to do it. And then when you do it, you end up messing up and you look like a fool. That's life. It's a lesson. You see, my mom would always tell me this on the whole entire time thing, because that's what really disturbed me, okay? She said, Jenezio, you can't put a time limit on what you want to do and on God. Gosh, mama. Why you gotta talk like that, man? I'm gonna say it again. She said, Jenezio, you can't put a time limit on what you want to do and God. My friend, you know how people get verbally abused, right? I was verbally abused, man. You know how parents discipline their child, they beat them? Oh, man. I was beat emotionally, man. That hurt. That hit my heart. That's like a slap to the chest, man. That was painful. And only finally, this past year, I was able to understand. Why? Because when you keep God close, in your life, you don't got to stress. Because you already know how big and how great he is. You see how that's tying back to the story, right? When you seek after him, you will have a peace of mind. My friend, I know you're listening to me, right? And I know deep down inside, each one of us got a passion. Each one of us got a desire. Each one of us got a dream. And if you're saying you don't got that, that's complete nonsense. I'm sorry, okay? If you're saying I don't got a dream, I don't got a desire, I don't got like something that just itches me and makes me want to wake up every day and do it, you're lying to yourself. Because I've only been able to think of 3 things as to why. Number 1, you've already done it. You've already accomplished what you want to do. And number 2, you haven't found it yet. Okay, you haven't found what just makes you want to be better, right? And number 3, the dream that you had, the passion that you had, the inspiration that you had has died. Oh, Jenezio, man, Jenezio, I'm old, man. I'm 54, I'm 48, I'm 40, 38, 62, 65. I'm too old. Nonsense, man. That's complete nonsense. I know almost 90% of the people listening or watching to this know exactly what KFC is, Kentucky Fried Chicken. If you've never had it, you at least know what it is. Like I said, Kentucky Fried Chicken. You know how old Colonel Sanders was, the guy who made this company? You know how old he was when he started this company? He was 62 years old. When they say age is just a number, it really is just a number, because everybody is running their own race. You see, life is funny, okay? It's like a highway, okay? There's many ways to get to one destination, but at the end of the day, you get there, okay? For example, you may go on a roundabout. You may go on a Cloverleaf Highway. You might go on a Diamond Highway. You may take an exit on I-29. You may take an exit on B-52. Whatever the case is, at the end of the day, you still get to your destination, right? Even if you take the wrong turn, okay? Even if you take the wrong turn in life, we have a GPS and we don't got to stress, because that GPS will reroute our lives. So now you're probably thinking, okay, Jenezio, what's that GPS? Well, I'll tell you who that GPS is. That's God. God is our GPS, and he will reroute you to your destination. Keep God close. You never know. You never know. Maybe you thought you took a wrong exit, but that exit was actually a shortcut to get you to where you want to go in life. Maybe that wrong exit, right, was actually meant to save your life, because somewhere down the road, somewhere down the highway, there was an accident that happened that was going to delay your time. You never know. Jenezio, bruh, I've been searching, man. I've been searching, man. I turn to God and I keep him close, and I still don't find nothing. As a matter of fact, let's take it one step further. I don't even believe in God. I don't even believe in the Bible. Everything I do, I try, I turn here, I can't find nothing. I turn here, I can't find nothing. And I'm still stuck in life. I'm not married. I don't got kids. I haven't accomplished anything yet. I don't got a diploma. I don't got a degree, or a master's degree, bachelor's, PhD, doctorate. I didn't retire my parents. I'm a widow. Whatever the case is, my friend, my mom, my dad, my aunt, my uncle, my cousin, niece, nephew, brother, sister, boss, supervisor, co-worker, stop the funeral. Don't quote me on what I just said, stop the funeral. I got to take that Hosea Tagara, all right? Hosea Tagara is the one who said that. I heard him preach about that. Stop the funeral. You see, God allows trials and tribulations to happen in our life because he wants to test our faith in him. I'm going to say it again. God allows trials and tribulations to happen in our lives because he wants to test our faith in him. Not tempt, okay? That's the job of the devil. Test. And for my friends that don't believe in God, or, don't really care about the whole entire religion thing, and you're just listening, listen. I got one for you as well. Life allows trials and tribulations because it wants to see if we are strong enough to live for today and see tomorrow, or die. I'm gonna say it again, all right? Life allows trials and tribulations because it wants to see if we are strong enough to live for today and see tomorrow, or die. Remember how I said in the first episode of the podcast, I said life is like a gigantic school? Each day is a new grade. Each day is a new lesson. Each day is a new test to take what you've learned and apply it so you can move on and graduate in this diploma called life, this school called life. Maybe you're stuck in the same place because you're still making the same mistakes. Maybe you got to repeat this grade that you're in right now because you're not realizing what you're doing is actually hurting you. It's like that saying, you got to take 2 steps back to go 4 steps forward, correct? Or it's like a bow and arrow. You know how when you draw a bow, you got to pull back the string in order to launch yourself forward? Maybe that's happening right now. I don't know. Maybe you gotta go visit your mom. Maybe you gotta settle some issues that's, been in the back of your head. Maybe you gotta cut some things out. Maybe you gotta move across the state, move across the country, move to a whole different country. Maybe you gotta let people go. You see, I don't know what you're going through in life right now. But I all know we're destined for greatness. Okay? Maybe it's not God that's holding us back. It's ourselves that's holding us back from our full potential, man. Our vision has become blinded. Our mind has become too calloused. We're like a horse that got blinders on. We don't see anything that's happening around us. Maybe God's like, hey, Sarah, I've already given you everything you want in life. But now I need you to see what I've given to you. You see, this is one thing my mom would always say. She's like, at the end of the day, when I die, I go in my own grave. When you die, you go in your own grave. Keep God close. I'm just going to leave it like that. I know this is a short message. I want to keep it nice and sweet. But at the end of the day, keep God close. That's all I got. All right, that's all I got. If you enjoy today's message, my friend, please feel free to share it. Please feel free to like it. Don't be greedy, man. Don't be greedy. I don't care if you share it to 1 person, 10 people. I don't care if this video gets 10,000 views, 100,000 views. At the end of the day, man, let's get this message across the world, man. Let's hit all 4 corners of the globe. All right? If you found something in this episode that provoked a little thought, all right? If you found something that was a little outside the usual, if you found something that was a little different, if you ultimately found something that was a gift, God bless. All right, God bless. Thank you guys so much for listening to another episode of 1:23 a.m. by Jenezio Harriet-Michael's Gift Production Studios. And I'll see you guys next week, Sunday at 1:23 a.m. God bless.